Good morning. Sorry for the noise, but my neighbors are making a racket. So it is Wednesday morning and I'm heading out. I have a couple of errands to do. For those of you who are new, I always do my disclaimer because I've had some comments. I wear the mask to hide my fangs, my vampire fangs, because they're really too scary for you guys to handle. But seriously, I'm saving up to do my teeth and I'm going to be taking you guys on my dental journey at some point. I need a whole bunch of implants, really fancy, really expensive. Gonna try to get away from the noise. So once I do my errands, I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna change into some workshop clothes. I'm a stained glass artist. I also resell on eBay, and I'm gonna show you how I make a stained glass sun catcher. I did another video on stained glass sun catchers, but this time I'm gonna do it straight through from beginning to end without speeding it up like I did last time. So stay tuned. So the first step is choosing the color. I'm super low on stock and supplies, but I'm thinking I have this piece of blue that I think I'm going to use for the shark. So I just took this piece of glass outside so you can really see the color better. This is opalescent, so it's not see-through. So when you hold it up to the sun, you're not going to get that clear. So you can see my hand and my phone. But I think it's really pretty, so I'm gonna try this color. And I break out my file of patterns. We're going to go under ocean. And we're going to pull this little mini shark out from under the pile. And we're going to get to cutting. Got my glass cutter. And we're going to make some noise. Okay, I'm just grabbing my strip. I'm going to make it smaller so I can work with the pattern. Hope you guys can see. I hope you can see this. All right, let's do it. We're gonna make a score. Nice scratchy sound. I'll make some noise, guys. Gonna make some noise. Here's the first piece. I'm gonna do some shark tail. Only a shark tail. Only a shark tail? Only a shark needs its tails and fins. I haven't had my coffee yet because I'm off coffee. I had to switch to tea. Hold on, I need my other tool. Yeah, I wasn't digesting coffee great, so I switched to tea. Boom. Boom. I should probably do this so you guys can see. There's the tail, little shark tail. Okay, now we're going to do the fin. So we're going to make another score. And then, hold on. Let's see. One more little guy. Okay, let me put this together and I'll show you what's happening. Okay, so there's the cutout of the little mini shark. And now it's time to do the loud grinding. Here we go. Do not attempt this without gloves. I'm just an idiot. That was a small piece. So now you know a couple of things. I don't use gloves. I've been doing this since I was 18. I won't tell you my age now, but it's been over 30 years. I've never had a major accident up here on the grinder. And now you know why I don't have the best nails on the internet. Okay, next step. Okay, I'm back. I'm going to try this from another angle than my last video. So my hands are going to look really big. Objects are larger than they may appear, or larger than they appear. I look like I have giant monster hands. But anyway, so this is lead cane, which is my preferred method. I explained in my last video that this is the method I was trained on. I do use copper foil method as well, but I love bending metal. All right, so let's see if you can see that. So I'm wrapping the metal. This looks easy, but I will tell you what, it takes a lot of strength and hand strength to bend metal around glass, which is the reason I actually had surgery about 1.5 years ago. Hold on, I'm focusing on my 100-watt soldering skills. Yeah, so I had that thing you can't, I'll pop it up, so I still can't pronounce it. But I ended up with trigger thumb and that other issue that, like I said, I'll pop it up. So yeah, I'm babbling as I work. Hold on. So back to talking about the metal that I'm wrapping. What I'll do at the end of this video is I will show you a sun catcher made with the metal as opposed to a sun catcher I made with the copper foil. I'm not sure how much of this you can see, but I'm basically wrapping the metal around the glass and grabbing my soldering iron and just, hold on, putting a little bead to hold it together. And then let me just show you, this is what, as opposed to the metal cane, this is what the copper foil looks like. It's basically tape. And again, it's not my favorite thing. It just isn't. But it's necessary for so many pieces, especially panels and large windows. So let me do the last couple of fins. Oh, wait. Start on the wrong side. Hope you can see this. I don't know. So, so the cane has, hold on, where's my, has like a groove in the middle. And that is what fits in the glass. Let me see if you can, let me try to show you. Hold on, guys. I'm trying to be fancy. And see, the glass fits in that groove. So I'm basically taking it and wrapping it around. Now this one is really thin, so I'm taking my time to bend the metal like that, so it goes around it nice like that. Smaller pieces are definitely more challenging because you got to make those really crazy curves and okay, so then flux goes on top of the metal. It's like a it's a gel. I buy a gel. Let me show. I showed you in the last video, but there might be new people here, so I'll show you the flux I use. I prefer the gel. It comes in liquid and paste as well, but every artist, you know, has their own preference. And that allows the solder to melt onto the cane. Let me show you. See how smooth that bead of solder is? Let me show you what happens if I try to solder. I'm not going to use flux, and watch what happens. I hope you guys can see. See, look at that. It doesn't stick or melt. It looks like ridiculous. So, put some flux on that baby. And see how that just melts? So that's the reason for flux. Anyway, so this piece, guys, are you ready? Look how small it is. For the first, I don't know, 4 years of my glass journey, I could not put metal around such a small piece. The foil tape, easy. But to bend this metal around here, let's see if I can do it. I already know I can do it because I've been doing it so long. But like I said, the first bunch of years, I couldn't. So I'm just using all my finger strength to get that. Look at that, how small that is. So my favorite thing, bending metal. So that is another step in this. And then what I'm just doing is I'm making sure the pieces meet. And then again, flux, bead of solder. And again, back to me not wearing gloves. Yes, every stained glass artist should wear gloves when they handle glass, cut glass, grind glass, even put metal around glass. But I never did. I can't stand the feel of gloves. I just don't work as well with them. And I know the risks. I've made my choice. Luckily, I've never had a serious stained glass injury. The worst thing that ever happened to me was on Christmas Eve. Don't know why I was working, but I felt like cutting glass that night after all the festivities. And I do always wear safety glasses. That's one thing I always, you know, protect the eyeballs. But Christmas Eve one night, I don't know, I guess I thought I was immune. I just went downstairs to my shop here, cut glass, and wouldn't you know, a piece went right into my eye. That was not fun. Luckily, I did not need to go to the ER. I flushed it, and it came out. I made sure it came out. I didn't have any issues after, because obviously if I had, I would have called the doctor. But what I'm doing now, I'm just gonna, let me try to move this guy. Sorry, I don't have the best setup. But this is the shark. All the metal is on him, so now I'm going to solder him together for you guys. So this video is from a request. Someone requested me to make a shark on video. So thank you for that request. I do appreciate. And then I'm just going to run my bead of solder along the first fin, the most scary fin, the top one. Okay. And then make sure I get some flux on that fin, the tail rather. So what I'm doing is I am going to link my stained glass website down below, as well as my eBay store. So you can check that out. It's very low in stock because as I said, I have very limited supplies. It's been a very slow winter. But check it out anyway. And I do take suggestions. And once I restock my supplies, I'll be adding more stuff to my shop. So next I'm going to do the shark's teeth. Again, I use my metal cane for that. And this is going to be kind of hard to show. I basically, I don't know if you can see, I just kind of clip it at an angle. And then I go in and I just make my little, hold on. I'm just pulling the piece out that I clipped, making my teeth. Maybe I should make some metal teeth for me. Cheaper than implants. I won't have to wear the mask. I'll just be like, hi, I have lead cane teeth. But hey, rappers do gold teeth, right? Why not silver? So, sorry I talk a lot. I'm half Italian. So those are going to be his teeth. A couple more. And then, I don't know if you can, how much you can see. I'm trying. All right, and then I take my needle nose pliers, which I use a lot. Let me just actually show you the teeth before I, hold on. There he is. And then what I have to do now is match it onto him so I can solder it in there. So I make much bigger sharks than this, but this is my smallest one. This is actually the one I make at Christmas time, and I put like a blue ribbon on it, and you can put it on the Christmas tree. All right, I hope you guys can see this. I really just don't know. But I'm going to take the teeth and solder it onto Mr. Shark. All right, so bear with me. I was going to speed this up, but because someone requested this, I'm just going to talk through it and you guys can watch me. So while we're sitting here, go subscribe. You can click subscribe while you're watching. I started this channel because I came back to eBay. I did eBay years ago, but when I heard the money my dentist needed, I figured I need to go back to something. So I started reselling, going to thrift shops, started watching other resellers on YouTube, and I loved what they were doing. So I'm like, I'll try that. So I go all over the Cape to thrift shops and yard sales. But what I realized in my journey is that I like the traveling part of it, like showing you the beach, and I'm going to go to some museums. And then I figured, why not? So this is teeth. Why not incorporate my stained glass? Show you guys some of my, I have wire here. Sorry, I got to tell you what I'm doing. I'd be a horrible teacher. This is the wire that we use for so umpteen many things. So I'm just going to cut a piece of that to work with. All right, so we're going to solder this wire onto Mr. Shark. So if you do go to my website, like I was talking about, I'm going to put the link down below. It's suncatcherheaven.com. So this is the first piece of wire. We're just going to decorate him. This design is under the name, oh, by the way, all my stained glass sun catchers have really fun names, like puns, names of songs, movies, all different creative things. This design is called You Mako It Feel Like Christmas. So yeah, so I'm actually going to put him in my shop when I'm done making him. All right, so we're just soldering away. Whoop, hold on. And I'll show you what this wire is going to look like. I use my wire cutters just to bend it. Bending wire, bending metals. Good times. So anyone who's watching, do you guys own a piece of stained glass? A lamp, a window, a sun catcher? Let me know in the comments. Comments and likes also, I hear, help the channel. Like I said, I just started creating these videos, so I'm new. But I'm reading about, you know, how to gain attention. And it does say that likes and whatnot help. I think I'm going to sneeze. So if I sneeze, I'm sorry. But let me show you. The allergies are horrible. So there's the wire. We're not done, though. We are not done, guys. Okay. Where is my... Oh, my needle nose. I lost it. I'm going to make his eyeball. Every shark needs an eyeball. And I believe Quint and Jaws talked about the doll's eyes. So we're going to... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm really bad at this video thing. So I'm basically just going to bend my wire with my needle nose. Make a little eyeball. And you're probably thinking, well, that doesn't look like much of an eyeball. But wait for it. I'm going to put this down on my table and put some flux all over that little hole that I created with the wire. And I'm going to drop a bead of solder on it. Let it dry before I pick it up. So we having fun yet, guys? And then... All right, so then what I do after this, now the tip of this is very hot because that soldering iron is 100 watts. So I don't want to touch it yet. I just want to make sure it's almost there. It's cooled off before I bend it a little bit more. So I'm just going to bend it with my needle nose. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut. Actually, I put it down first to make sure I'm cutting correctly. So I'm going to gauge where the eye should be, and I'm going to cut the wire. Like that. And then I'm going to take my piece. Now this is the one time I'm going to hold the wire with the needle nose because, how do I describe it? If I have a long piece of wire and I'm soldering, I have time to solder it before I let go. Obviously heat conducts through this wire. So by the time I solder that side, I get to let go because the whole thing's going to get really hot. But with a small piece like this, God, I hope I'm making sense. I'm not going to have time to solder it and then get my hand off it before it dries, so I use a needle nose. Let me know if that made sense. If not, I'll just keep doing more videos till I get this right. And I'm just going to solder. Okay, and then let me see if I measured it correctly for his eyeball. Okay. Next is the hanger. So because he's a small little piece, we make a very small hanger. So I cut a little piece of the cane, the metal cane. I use a pen. For the bigger hangers, I use a fid because that's wider. For the small ones, I have my little ballpoint pen. So I'm just going to basically take that metal and I'm just going to wrap it around. Okay, so I have a little tiny hanger. And then what I do with him, because of his fin, I kind of make sure he's going to hang straight. So I just use my fingers to gauge where I'm going to put the hanger and pray for the best. I have made so many pieces where I'm like, oh my God, it hangs crooked. I didn't, I'm just rinsing my hands. The flux is very sticky. So I have a little water over there. So let's see. So there he is. So I'm just going to go ahead and solder the back side of him, and then I'm going to polish him up. And before I do that, wait, I told you I'd show you other pieces. So this is another shark I made. This is in my shop under the name I Choose You, but choose is spelled C-H-E-W-S, like chew. So he's in my shop. The difference between foil and lead cane once the piece is done. So this lobster is a lead cane. You can see the silver and how thick it is. This bird is foil. And I don't know if you can see how much thinner it looks. It's more lightweight. Of course, metal's heavy. But see the difference in how thin? And then with the copper foil, I also polish it with a black patina to give it that black look as opposed to the silver. You can also patina lead cane, which I did with that. So anyway, bottom line, there's a bunch of different ways to be creative with glass. If you're an artist doing this, you already know what I'm talking about. Let me finish this up and we're going to show it outside so you can see it in the light. I may as well show you the whole thing. I spray this on my pieces before I bring them upstairs to rinse them. Okay, so guys, I actually do wear gloves for something, working with these next two chemicals. So this is a finishing compound. So I'm going to just pour some of this on my shark. And then I have a microfiber cloth. I'm just going to polish the metal. All right. And this, let's see, I'm going to read all the stuff, the fun stuff it does. Ensures a bright, even, durable finish on solder seams treated with copper patina or electroplating. Polishes and protects against tarnish for a professional finish. Polishes glass to a brilliant shine. Hello. Restores shine to already tarnished finishes. And adds a luster and protects lead, brass, chrome, copper, raw solder, and most patina finishes. So boy, I got a bang for my buck with that bottle of compound. All right, so he is quite lovely. How many sharks do you know that got this much attention today, huh? Okay, so the next chemical is a patina. It's black patina. Always wear gloves with this stuff. This stuff will corrode. Oh my gosh, it's so corrosive. It's scary. I don't need a lot because I'm not going to make the whole shark black. I'm going to leave the silver metal cane. But, got to do those doll's eyes. I am going to just drop my Q-tip on the eyeball. See what's happening? He's turns black. Got to have that black eyeball, right? Okay. So here is Mr. Shark, all completed, ready to go into my web store. All right, guys, so that is how you make a little small, tiny stained glass shark ornament.
Sometimes he wouldn't go away. Sometimes that sharky looks right into you, right into your eyes. You know the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
Thank you guys so much for watching, and please click like and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video where I'm pretty sure we'll be heading to some thrift shops and some more Cape Cod scenery. Stay tuned.